Hey YouTubers, this is Olga with AskYourSoul.org, and today I thought we could ask our guides what they would like us to know. So let's see what the guides want to tell us. And for my reading today, I will be using mostly soul coaching oracle cards and maybe pull a couple from this deck, which is Keepers of the Light oracle cards. Okie dokes. So I ended up actually pulling 6 cards from the soul coaching cards and 3 cards from Keepers of the Light. So, okay, let me go over these ones first. So again, this is a message from your guides. And basically they're telling you to pay attention to your inspiration. It says, I am receiving divine inspiration right now. And we see how there's a lot of blue in this card, which to me always means it has something to do with your voice, your 5th chakra. And so maybe you're inspired to say something to someone, or to say something on a YouTube, or to sing, or to share knowledge or opinions, whatever it is. They're telling you to please follow this inspiration that you have right now. And you're letting this inspiration guide you. Card number 2. Freedom. Boundless freedom surges through me. And notice how this one also has a lot of blue, which kind of validates this message for me as well. So I'm also going to read the message from this guidebook, just so you guys know what the author, which is Denise Lin, and I'm going to include all the links below, what she had in mind for this card. So it says, inspiration, card meaning, be open to divine inspiration, you inspire others. Immense creativity, motivation, and energy are expanding in your life. Your soul wants you to know life without the fire of new ideas is dull and separates you from all that's the sacred. Creativity and inspiration are in fact receptivity, being open to the Creator, even if the motivation that occurs seems unusual or strange. Welcome new ideas and fresh ways of viewing the world. Open yourself to the deep flowing wellspring of visions, ideas, and intuition that dwell within you. Okay, so the next card is Freedom. And again, we see a lot of blue in this card, which to me kind of validates this message. But, you basically see this beautiful creature, this beautiful horse that's so free. It's galloping around the field, and it just feels so free and boundless, and it's basically encouraging you to go with whatever feels freeing to you right now. So maybe it's dancing, or again like singing, or just some ideas that make you feel free in your heart. There's no pressure. It's just something you would do for fun, like nobody's making you do anything. You feel like you want to go with the flow, and you want to be supported by the universe, and you will be, as long as you follow your intuition and as long as you let the universe guide you. And it says boundless freedom surges through me. So it's kind of like this feeling of like, yeah, life is awesome. Everything's cool. Like, I'm gonna do what I love. Even if it's something like spoiling yourself a little bit, like indulging in something you love and just really enjoying your time here, Okay, card number 3. Energy. And it says, healing energy and immense vitality flow through me easily and effortlessly. These are all affirmations, by the way, that are suggested by the cards. So some of them are like really awesome. This one is kind of telling me that if you're not feeling a lot of energy, all you have to do is tune in and feel that the universe is actually supporting you. It wants you to have this energy. It's just a matter of really tuning in, maybe meditating, maybe again expressing yourself freely, not holding back your feelings and emotions. And if you want to express them, do it. You have the freedom to do this. Like, this card is basically telling me that the more open you become towards receiving energy, the more energy you will receive, but it's a matter of really being in the state of freedom and staying inspired and listening to your intuition as always, and just letting your guides help guide you through this life. Okay, card number 4 is embracing. That's beautiful. And it says, I embrace and love all of my life. So this one kind of tells me that maybe there are some things in your life that are really hard to embrace, which, I'm sure like everybody goes through moments like that when you just don't, like it's hard for you to accept and maybe forgive somebody and let go of the old and like leave the past in the past. But this is basically saying, focus on the present, focus on the now, look at all the beautiful things and people and everything that you have in your life that makes you happy. This card is kind of like very gentle and sweet, and it's just basically saying that the more accepting you are towards your current situation and life in general, the easier life is going to be for you. And I think we all know this. It's just hard to remember that, especially when you're going through a lot of problems and tribulations and life just doesn't seem very fun at the moment. So it's kind of a reminder that like, hey, it's going to get better, but please try to be more accepting towards your current circumstances and maybe some people in your life. Okay. Now card number 5, acceptance. Oh, that's so cool. So this is like, to me, it's almost the same thing, basically. And it says, I unconditionally accept, cherish, and love myself just as I am. Well, so I guess the difference to me between these two cards is that this one is kind of aimed towards your outer world, people in your life and just the situations in your life that you're going through. And this one is more about accepting yourself. She's holding her heart and she's embracing it. And she's accepting and cherishing and loving herself. And this is such a healing card because it's basically, we all have some things that we really need to forgive ourselves for, as well as other people. And it's important to remember that if we're stressed out, if we're like really hard on ourselves, nothing good really happens out of that negativity. It can be, I guess, motivating for some people, but it's not really healthy. And it's like when you start observing how you talk to yourself in your mind, like how you address yourself, how you react when something doesn't go right in your life, and how much you guilt trip yourself, how much you judge yourself, it's just really not good. You know what I mean? It's like, would you talk to your best friend like you talk to yourself? When they need your support the most? If the answer is no, then it's definitely a good idea to become more aware of how you talk to yourself and to become kinder and more accepting and loving and just pretending that you're talking to someone you really love, and you should love yourself. There's only one of you in this whole wide world and you're here for a reason. So if you don't love yourself, like, how could you expect other people to love you? They could, obviously, but it would be more of a surface type of a thing. Whereas when you deeply, truly accept yourself, people feel it. Like, they feel this energy resonating from you, and it's very attractive and it's very calming, at least like from my experience. So again, the guides are reminding you that self-acceptance is very, very important. And then finally we have grace, and it says here, I graciously accept the infinite love of the universe. Wow, so these are all, especially these three, they're basically just 3 aspects of the same thing, embracing your life, accepting yourself, and graciously accepting this universal love. And this is also about being kind to yourself and to others, and being maybe more diplomatic and kind of more gracious in certain difficult situations. So it's kind of, for some reason, this card reminds me that, when you get into a conflict with someone, or, into some heated debate situation, it's really important to realize to yourself, would you rather be right in the situation or be happy? And I think the first time I ever heard this, it was from Dr. Phil or something. Remember Dr. Phil? Yeah, he's pretty cool. An interesting guy indeed. But yeah, to me, basically this card says that it's about being gracious, being accepting, and being kind to each other. And whatever the truth of the situation is in this case, Sooner or later it's gonna come out anyway, so you might as well not waste your energy trying to prove yourself and saying, like, you just don't get it, like, I'm right. Because nobody likes that, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's gonna be like, oh yeah, you're totally right, I'm so sorry, I'm completely wrong in this whole situation. If that happens, it's very, very rare, and usually the other person doesn't feel very good about it anyway. So it's more about being gracious and diplomatic, in my opinion. Like this beautiful swan. She's just like, I'm cool. Nothing can really get to me. Everything's beautiful. And again, I'm seeing a lot of blue in this card as well. So overall, a very loving, accepting, embracing message from these cards. And let's now see what the Keepers of the Light have to say. And look at this. We have these 3 beautiful Keepers of the Light. So the first one we have is Radha, Soul Flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. That's beautiful. And I'm just going to read from the guidebook to the cards, because usually there is a lot of interesting information about the actual Keepers of the Light. You know what I mean? The actual characters in this deck. So I'm really curious to find out what it says for this one. Let's see. Okay, so this one says, the Hindu goddess Radha is the divine feminine counterpart and twin flame of Krishna. She is considered to represent Shakti, the divine feminine and creative spirit of the universal life force. Without the female, the male cannot be created, and for this reason Shakti is a powerful force that's honored and cherished. Radha is completely devoted to her partner and illustrates the age-old adage, behind every powerful man is a powerful woman. She is dedicated to supporting all those who seek relationship harmony and healing. At one point, she learned what it was like to be separated from Krishna, and so she can also bring great healing to those who are suffering the loss of a partner or a separation. Loving union, connection, and relationship harmony are key at this time. It's important to remember, though, that relationships won't make you whole. Only your own love can do that. And I love how this card actually adds to the messages in these cards, especially about grace and embracing and self-acceptance. So it also says, you now have opportunities to find lost parts of yourself, maybe sensual aspects or the capacity to cherish yourself. The relationships around you will then begin to reflect the love you have for yourself. It's not funny because I just mentioned that, like, when you don't love yourself, people can actually energetically feel it. Increased romance, love, and opportunities to express divine harmony through love are all becoming apparent in your life. You deserve divine love, and Radha, with her Shakti presence, is here to awaken this loving connection within you now. That's beautiful. So again, it's all about self-acceptance and being open to receiving from the universe. And then number 2, we have Saint Germain. And this one is all about karma releasing. It says, move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. Very powerful. So Saint Germain was born in France in the 18th century and is said to have been given a new identity because he was the love child of 2 very powerful people. He was well educated and able to rub shoulders with royalty. He was also deeply interested in magic, alchemy, and the cosmos, and able to perform real-life miracles and turn lead into gold. Now he helps us move beyond social limitations to connect with the right people for the highest good. He is still a master alchemist and able to help us turn whatever is laden in our life into something that's golden. His twin flame is Lady Portia, and he is the keeper of the violet flame, the powerful etheric retreat where we can release karma. Karma is the spiritual law of cause and effect. We experience many levels of karma. Some we inherit from our family and some from the people we keep helping out of the problems they keep creating. Saint Germain is here now to clear your energy so that you no longer have the weight of the world or your loved one's world on your shoulders. Be aware that an old pattern is leaving your life and creating space for something more loving to enter. Visualize yourself surrounded by a fiery violet cloak to release all the karma you no longer need. And I want to add to that I love imagining a violet flame all around me, especially when I'm in a stressful situation or I feel like somebody is like basically being an energy vampire around me. And it just seems like such a good way to protect yourself from that like negative energy or just somebody trying to suck your energy out of you. So I totally support that. Okay, Divine Director, Intervention and Purpose. It says, divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. That is so cool. So it's kind of, I love that this is the concluding card of the reading, because it's basically the whole point of this reading was to receive guidance from your guides. And he's like, hey, you are being guided, just FYI. So let's see what the book says about this one. Okay, and here it says, the Divine Director is a facet of the heart of the Creator. According to New Thought teaching, his energy is merged directly with God's divine plan so that we can access it and understand on a deeper level what will support our true function, which is to be happy. The Divine Director works directly with angels, and in particular guardian angels, so that they can fulfill their role of supporting the earth and all of her people. Right now, your angels are reminding you that your divine purpose on earth is to remember love and to do what makes you happy. So we're going all the way back to the beginning of the reading. And divine intervention is taking place at this time. What is occurring in your life is providing a real learning curve for your soul. You're becoming aware of a sense of purpose in your life. It gives you a sense of joy. It's something that brings you pleasure rather than something you have to work for. Know that your career can complement your purpose, but not define it. But the path you're on at this time is right, and the universe is encouraging you to move forwards. What an awesome message, you guys. Seriously, because I myself have been asking for a sign, and this is just exactly what I was hoping for. So I'm very grateful for this message, and I love how lighthearted it is. I love that it's basically a reminder, to not take life as seriously, to embrace what's happening to you, to accept yourself, to follow your inspiration and your intuition, and to know that you are being guided. You're not alone. And whatever hurdles you're overcoming right now, especially in relationships, they're going to be fine. It's just kind of encouraging you to become more aware of what's going on in that relationship and to be more forgiving. I feel like the whole world would really benefit from people becoming more forgiving in general and just being nicer to each other. Can't we all just get along? You know what I mean? So I hope you found this message to be helpful as well, and I hope that it encourages you to become more aware of all the love and light that you do have in your life, and to focus on that instead of like the negativity that you might be experiencing. And I think that will do it for today. I think the video turned out to be way longer than I wanted it to be, but it is what it is. Hopefully it will be helpful for whoever watches it. So thank you so much for your time. Sending you much love and light and lots of positive vibes. Have an awesome day or night. Bye!